All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jalen, and I feel called to come online and to talk to you guys and to really connect with you guys. I know it's early right now, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and this was completely not planned. I didn't expect to come on live. But I just wanted to chat and just come on here and talk to you guys about something that I've been discovering recently and just something that I've been feeling and really connecting to and really allowing myself to get to that next level in my manifestation abilities. So this is going to be a super quick live. Super quick live. Like I don't expect to, a bunch of people to be here because this is so impromptu, but yes. Connect with me. How are you guys doing? Hey, beautiful. Hey, what's up, V? What's up? How are you? Hey, Pure Gold. Hello, Aaliyah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Eugenia. I hope I said your name right. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Ava. Good morning, Lila. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, everybody. I know I'm never up this early, I'm always up this early. I actually get up at probably 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning every day. But this was completely impromptu. So I don't expect a lot of people to be here. But if you're here watching this right now, I called you, I summoned you, I channeled you because we are about to manifest. Okay. We are about to manifest together. And it's going to be powerful and potent. The more people we can get, the better. That group consciousness, it really helps to amplify our intentions. So that's what we're going to do. Everybody like this video up. Godit said, hi, love, just found you and subscribed the other day, but listening to your affirmations the other night, and I got the notification. Thank you so much. That's so awesome. I've been loving my affirmations. I actually have about 5 or 6 different affirmation videos coming up next, coming up really soon, probably within this week. Literally, I have ones for love, ones for money, loves for fame and attraction and seduction. They're potent. As I was recording them, it was literally I was moving and I could just feel the energy. I'm like, oh, okay, these are going to be potent. So stay tuned for those. So good to see your face on this Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Happy Venus Day. Everybody comment Happy Venus Day. Okay, Venus, the goddess of love, attraction, and magnetism, period. Good afternoon from Nigeria. Okay, afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes. Happy Venus Day, period. But okay, so here's what I want to talk about today on this live in this video. So if you know me and my journey, I used to have trouble with dating and dating the wrong kind of men. And when I say dating, I literally mean attracting and going on dates with certain kind of men, being in the frequency and the energy of certain kind of men and guys. And it was really bad. Not gonna lie, it was kind of tragic. Growing up, I didn't have I would date guys who didn't treat me the best, who broke my heart. I got cheated on, I was lied to, but I stayed anyway. So I can't cry that much. It was my choice, right? I put myself in those situations because I didn't have a strong sense of self-worth back in the day. This was before my inner work journey and my goddess spirituality journey. So it was a lot. I would do the most for men, driving out to go see them and putting all this effort and action. And then worse comes worse. I was dealing with guys who literally just weren't even treating me like a goddess or a princess. Literally wouldn't take me on dates or do anything special for me. And it was just a hot mess. It was a hot mess. But I upgraded from that, right? I got myself together financially for myself. Also, just in general, I upgraded my entire sense of self-worth. Like I got and stepped into that Venusian energy where it's like, bitch, like I deserve the best and I am worthy of it. And it's not something that I had to constantly say to other people and explain to other people why they have to treat me this way and like why I deserve this or why I deserve that. It was just like oozing out of me. And that's how you know it's really there. When you don't have to say anything and the universe and your reality just starts responding to you and giving you exactly what it is that you're seeking. Okay, so I got there. And then literally when I made the decision that I would never ever be in that situation again in my life, where I would never ever deal with that certain situation again, where I was doing too much, where I wasn't being treated like a goddess and a princess, where I just didn't feel like just nourished in the way I wanted to be nourished in a relationship or just in my dating life. I made that decision and it was like a full body decision. It was like every inch of me was just saying, yes, this is where we're going moving forward. That same day, like I would say probably like 3 days prior, I ended up going to this event. I go to this event and it changed my life. Like it changed my life. It was the first entrepreneurship conference that I went to ever. And let me put this up before I show all y'all my goodies. I want to show this ain't OnlyFans. But no. So I go to this event and it completely changed my life. I was surrounded by just people who were incredibly successful and amazing. And I met my first like millionaire guy. And when I tell you, this millionaire guy like wined and dined me, took me on the best dates. Anything I wanted, I could have. Even if we went to like Target and stuff like that, he was like, "What do you want?" I thought I was just gonna like buy myself just a little thing because I needed it for my trip. He's like, "What are you doing? Like, come on, like, what else do you need? Like, why are you spending your money?" And I was like, "Oh my God." Even like the little cute things, like we're walking down the street and he's like making sure he's on the right side. Like it was a complete 180, right? And I started just attracting these amazing, amazing kind of men and individuals just like that. It was an instant change, an instant manifestation. This happened within days. So I say all that to say the first key to instant manifestation is a decision. You have to make a full body decision where you are like, absolutely not. Whatever stage in life you are in right now, I love it. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for what it is that I have right now. However, moving forward, this is my next chapter. This is who I'm going to be. And this new person that I'm becoming and that I decide that I'm going to be, I'm going to make decisions moving forward that are going to be in alignment with who it is that I want to be. I'm not going to make the broken girl decision anymore. I'm not going to make the broke version of myself decisions anymore. I decide that I am going to be this new person in my life. Yes. I have a testimonial. My company got the opportunity to be a sponsor at a local big event. Yes, girl. It's a bit scary thinking of it, but I'm so happy. Yes. Shout out to you, Elisa. Get it, girl. Don't be scared, girl. Just go out. If you're scared, that's a good sign that it's time. Like if you're feeling scared, you're feeling nervous, you feel like when you have that opportunity come in and it's like, oh my God. That's so good because that means you're on the brink of expansion. Like change doesn't always happen in your comfort zone. Change happens when you make a new decision and when you decide that you get to be somebody new. And then it's like, oh my God, like the opportunity comes in or the way that it's going to happen comes in and you have to actually just literally do it. Like tomorrow, I'm going to a retreat in Mexico. I'm going to be gone for like a week in the jungle somewhere. I'm going on like a sacred sexuality retreat. And I don't know anybody. I don't know any of these people. And I'm just like, you know what? I just feel called to go. I'm going to go. Who knows who I'm going to meet, what's going to happen, all the things that I'm going to have and break through into. But I just feel it, and I asked for an opportunity, and it came. So I was like, all right, let's go. So literally by the time I get back, I'll probably be a completely different person. I feel it. But that's the first key. You have to make a full body decision. Like, say right now in the chat out loud, I decide that I get to have an amazing dating life. I decide that I get to have big baller energy. Like, I get to be attracting money in my sleep while I'm awake. It just gets to stack up, stack up. I get to have peace in my family home. I get to have a loving friendship. I get to have my best freaking friend and soul sister, soul tribe. I get to have this moving forward. Yes, I decide. I decide. Marquis said, I decide. V said, I decide. Lila said, I decide. Goated said, I decide that I get to have big baller energy. Elisa, okay, Akaridana. Akaridana, period. I hope I said your name right, but I decide. You got to make a decision. But here's the kicker. Once you make the decision, now you got to start acting like it. Once you make the decision, you got to start acting like it, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to decide on that new level and that new version of yourself and that new chapter. You're going to probably be tested. I would say 9 times out of 10, the universe is going to test you. This looks like I decide that I get to date men who are my ideal match, and I get to be in this amazing era of my life. And then next thing you know, a guy comes in, and let's say he's cute and he's everything, but there's those certain things, like he's almost there, but he's not quite there. And, maybe, he'll grow into it, and he has the potential, and, maybe this, maybe that. And then you're going to have to make that decision again. You're going to be like, okay, I said I wanted this. I said I wanted this. Am I going to go back down this path of lowering my standards? Or am I going to stick to who it is that I am and who it is that I'm deciding to be? So most people will have that test come in, and they're going to keep on going back down that path. They'll continue to entertain the same behavior. They didn't make the decision. Because then next thing you know, it keeps on happening again and again and again and again and again. But if you can decide and actually pass the test, boom, that's where the quantum leap happened. This just happened to me in my dating life again. I was, rotational dating, and there was one guy in my rotation that I was like, oh my God, I really like, but low key, he was literally just a reflection of some past things in me that I literally was like clearing out within myself. But he was like that same kind of energy, like, oh my God, he's almost there. And what if maybe he'll grow into this. But then I remembered, I was like, fuck that. I'm not going back down that path. Literally. And here's what I did after that. So once I kind of like, you know what? No, sir, I cut you off. Like, lovingly, like, it's just, I don't want you in my rotation. I didn't say this to him, like, I don't want you in my rotation anymore. But I was like, yeah, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. So I'm going to let this go. Literally. And then right after that, what I did was I laid down, and we're going to do this on this live, and it's going to be so powerful and potent. What I did was I got really honest and truthful. I got really honest and truthful with myself. Truth. Your throat chakra is connected to your throat as well as your ears. It is your ability to hear your truth and to connect to your truth. And it's right above your heart, which the heart is the center of truth in the body. It's one of the biggest centers of truth in the body, of intuition, of truly understanding and hearing yourself. This is the second key to instant manifestation, the feelings and emotions that are implanted in your heart, okay? This is the secret. If there is a secret, this is the secret. So I lay down in my bed and I was like, okay, what do I really, really desire? Like, what do I really, really desire in an individual? And I got super specific. Like, I got so specific, like, very oddly specific. I was like, okay, do I want to be provided for? Okay, that feels really good because the body is the subconscious. The body is your subconscious mind. And we hold a lot of feelings and emotions in this body. So when we reconnect with this body and let this body speak to you and let the body let you know how you're feeling and what it is that you need, okay? You'll start to understand what truth feels like. I started to use my body as an instrument of truth, okay? So I went into my body and I started to listen in and I started to hear myself again, like, okay, what it feels good to me. When something felt really good, it expanded. I could feel my body expand. I could feel chills down my spine. I could feel my heart feel like it was opening up. And when something wasn't in alignment with me, it kind of, I either felt absolutely nothing in my body or it just went down, like it didn't feel good. So this is what happens when you kind of like connect to yourself and start to really get in tune with the body. You start to use your body as an instrument. And I started to play this instrument, play this game. I tested everything. Like I tested everything for truth when it came to me. Like all of it. I was like, let me make sure. I was like, okay, do I like women? Do I want to date a woman? Like, do I want to date a woman? Let me just make sure. And my body was like, nah, that's not the vibe. I was like, okay, good, good. I was like, okay, am I open to dating this? And I was like, nah. I was like, do I want a provider? My body was like, yes, yes, yes. I was like, okay, do I want a full-on provider? Like he's providing for everything. And that felt really, really good to me. But you want to know what was surprising? I actually liked like I love the idea of being like fully provided for. Like loved it. It was at like a 698 for me. Out of 1,000, 698. But what I really liked even more, surprisingly, was a guy who provided for like 90% of everything. And I provided like 10% of things for like the household or whatever, just whatever. For some reason, that felt even better to me specifically. But I got really detailed with myself, like what would truly make me happy in every aspect of my life, right? So when I did that, even like with dating, I was like, okay, do I like different cultures? Do I like different people, different places? Where do I want to live? What type of family do I want to have? What type of guy do I even want to date? Like I already knew I wanted to date a guy who's like successful, but I was like, what kind of success? And then what came to me was I wanted to date an investor kind of guy, like a real estate investor or an entrepreneur, because for me, it feels like they have more time, like they have more passive income because they invested their money. They have a lot of patience. They invested their money. They're grounded. Like I got so specific. And it was just like, okay, this is what I want. And then I sat in that feeling and I just allowed it to like envelop me and engulf my entire body. And I was like, yes, these are the kind of guys I want to date. Like, this is it. Like, I already upgraded, but this is my next level of upgrade. I kid you not. Literally, after I kind of like cut one of the guys off of my rotation, and I was like, all right, yeah, no, we're not going here anymore. And then I did that exercise. Next thing you know, the same night, I end up getting on the phone with a guy. And when I tell you, he was literally everything that I literally just got truthful and honest about with myself, like down to every single aspect. And I was like, I'm taken aback. I'm taken aback. I was like, damn universe. Like I knew I got honest with myself, but I did not know it was going to come in that quickly. Like, and this, when I tell you, it was like an instant, like this is easy. Like, this is so easy. This is so flowy. And I was like, hmm, that was really quickly. That was really quick. Like, what? Like overnight, like literally that same day, I was like, okay, universe, I feel you. But that was like my new level. So, like, I met this guy. I really like him, but we'll see what happens and everything. Because either way, he's like the archetype of exactly the kind of guys I want to date moving forward. But it was just so crazy how it literally came in that quickly. And I've literally been on a roll, like with everything from the smallest things to the biggest things. Like, okay, yeah, my new level, I want to make like 5K days, 5 to 10K days. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Opportunities come in, opportunities come in. I want a nice meal, like a nice specific meal. Next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, that would be really great. It would be really good to have that right now. Next thing you know, boom, here's somebody knocking at my door. Hey, I thought of you and I got you this really nice, luxurious meal. Like, here you go. And I'm like, what is wrong? Like, what is going on? I'm like, I want to start modeling again. Like, I used to take pictures. I used to model all the time. Oh, that would feel so good. That would feel so good. Next thing you know, my photographer that I haven't talked to in like 3 years calls me. Hey, Jalen, how are you? Like, I really want to work with you. I'm like, what? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Do you really mean that the way to get to what you want is to one, feel worthy, is to two, decide, and is to three, feel it with your entire body and to let it go? This is the key. This is the secret. Yes. Oh, y'all been chatting. Yes. Look at 698 could be an angel number. Yes. Jayla, you honestly helped me manifest my whole relationship a few years ago. Now we have a family? Yes, that's so amazing. Congratulations. I'm so glad I could help. I'm telling you, when you say exactly what you want, it aligns sometimes. It's right here. I do it with groceries. I say I really want steak on sale today. Boom, there it goes. There it is. Literally, guys, it's instant. Like, you don't have to. I know, like, I thought it was going to take forever. Like, I literally thought it was going to take forever for certain things to come in. And then I just like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want. Boom. And it was like everything from, oh, can I really have this? Is this selfish of me to ask for? Like, is this something that I can really have? Like, da da da. And then I got over all that stuff. And then here it is. Like, I was like, whoa, that was quick. But you want to know the funniest part about this? Like, do you want to know the funniest part about this whole situation? So the guy that I cut off from my rotation, he literally sent me a picture of this new person literally 5 days before. Like, what the fuck? He sent me a picture of he sent me a video, like a picture, a video of this person 5 days before on Instagram because the guy literally just went viral or whatever. So he just sent me that video. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, chills. Like, I literally had chills. I was like, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. So you mean to tell me this was all kind of like aligned? Like, that was so weird. And it's not like he sent me videos all the time, like me and this other guy, like on Insta. He didn't send me videos like every day. So the fact that the last video he sent me was a video of that guy, like, that's crazy. That's insane. I was like, what? And it was just like, oh yeah, like, I liked it. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, it wasn't even, do you know what I mean? But then we ended up literally talking and chatting and all that stuff. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, life is crazy. But that's what I want to do right now in this moment. I really want you guys and us together in this space to really just connect with our hearts, and to connect with our truth, because that is how we have instant manifestation where we go back out of the mind and bring it back into the body. I was on a Rich Goddess session with somebody the other day, and she had been spending so much time in her masculine essence that the idea of dropping into her body felt like she couldn't even do it. It felt like it was so far away. Like when she were to drop into her body, she felt nothing because she was so used to being in her mind all the time. Feminine energy is actually very easy. It doesn't take too much. It doesn't take that much to be feminine and to be in tune with your goddess energy. Really, it really is so simple. All you have to do is be present in the moment and to connect back with your body. And this is a practice. This is not something that happens sometimes for other people overnight. And sometimes for people, it takes time. It depends on how much you've been, exercising that muscle, right? Your feminine energy muscle. But for her, it's been years of her utilizing that masculine energy and being so like logical, focused in the brain, in the brain, in the brain, in the brain, that she was numbed out. Like she was numbed out for her own body and her sensations and her pleasure and her chill and her intuition. She wasn't completely connected. And we started to do that process literally on the call and everything. But this is something you want to do every day. Kind of like the sensuality video that I just posted. Really get back in tune with your senses. Like, let's drop in for a second. Let's close our eyes. And I want you to just drop into your body. Don't think about it too much. Just allow yourself to drop in. Sometimes I like to imagine my brain melting down my body all the way down into my womb space and even down my legs, and just imagining all that energy from my brain dripping into my body, the lower half of my body. And I just allow myself to become aware with my body. I allow myself to feel the air on my skin and to be aware of the sensation of the air touching my skin. I allow myself to feel the weight of my body on my chair or on my bed, wherever I'm at. I allow myself to go inside of my body and to feel the inside of my body. What does the inside of my body feel like? Tapping into my heartbeat. Notice the inside of your body. And then we're going to scan from the top of our body on the outside, so the front-facing half of your body. Just scan from all the way to your head, to your face, to your nose and your lips, and relaxing every inch as you're, going down your body from your jaw to the front of your throat, the front of your chest and your shoulders. And you allow those shoulders to drop and to relax, your arms to relax, your hands to relax, your belly, your womb, your thighs. Unclench that butt. And just allow everything to relax as you go down the front half of your body. Your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles. Allow everything to relax. And as you're scanning, just being aware of any sensation on your body. And then we want to go to the Kundalini half, the back of our body. So I like to start either at the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter, but let's do the top of the back of your head. So now going down the back of your head. the back of your neck, the back of those shoulders, okay, the back of your chest, your upper back, relaxing that, the back of your arms, the back of your hands, then back of your entire lower back, relaxing your butt, your cheeks, relaxing the back of your thighs, relaxing your womb, relaxing your calves, relaxing the back of those ankles and the bottom of your feet. And just realizing the difference between the front of your body and the back of your body. Just notice the difference between the front and the back. And then go one more time inside of your body. And notice how the inside of your body feels. And just be aware as you scan from top to bottom or bottom to top, whatever feels good to you. Right now in this moment, it feels like my chest is a little bit tight. My belly feels really open. Yeah, really, I'm feeling some tension in the back of my body, in my upper body. So that heart chakra area. It's time to open up my heart a little bit. Yes, and I feel good in the back of my neck. Just notice your body. We spend so much time in our minds and just going in our consciousness that we forget to just drop into the body. And if you notice any places where you feel tension, I want you to just breathe into those spaces. Breathe in. So for me, I'm going to breathe into my heart. Ooh, I just felt my back crack. Yes. And I'm using my mouth because that's a really good place if you want to open your heart. But just opening up the heart. You can use your nose if you want to dive really deep. Your nose breathing if you want to dive really deep into parts of your body. For me, I find mouth breathing is really good when you want to expand or release stuff. And there we go, there we go. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. So while we're here in this awareness of your body, I want you to think about what it is you want to manifest, whether it's love, an upgraded dating life, money, career success, social media success, peace and harmony in your family, peace in general. I want you to really feel into that thing and just pick something for right now. You can repeat this exercise over and over again. I'll leave this up for now. And just pick something in this moment. And I want you to really tap into the feeling of that thing. And I want you to almost get specific about that desire. So for example, if it's a new love, and you want love and you want marriage or a committed partnership, what would make you happy in a marriage? What would make you happy in a committed, loving relationship? What kind of person? What kind of values do they have? What are their characteristics? What is your relationship dynamic? And I want you to start tuning into your body and giving yourself options like, do I want this? And noticing what feels like a yes to you and what feels like a to you. And just becoming aware of those things. So if it's money for you, tune in like, okay, why do I want money? What am I going to do with my money? What do I want to spend my money on? Do I want money so I can experience freedom? What does freedom look like for me? Does freedom look like, traveling all over the world? Does freedom look like just waking up and doing whatever I want? Does freedom look like doing and being able to give back to people? Why do I want money? Do I want money for status? Do I want money for success? Like, tune into what your body is feeling. Is it status? Is it success? Is it significance? Is it so I can feel worthy? So I can feel confident? Is it so that I can feel free? So I can feel just safe and secure in the world? Like, why do you actually want the money? What is that money, that financial goal? What is it going to bring you? And feel it and just start tuning in to what feels true to you. What feels true to you? What feels good to you? What feels like it's expanding you? And don't be afraid to put it all on the table. Even if you're currently in a relationship or currently in a situation or currently in a marriage, don't be afraid to really hone in on your desire. Like, what do you really want in a marriage? What do you really want in a partnership? And don't second guess it or don't try to deny it or reject it. Just be true to yourself in this moment. What do you want? What would feel good to you? What would feel expansive to you? And I just want you to notice those different things and to test those things in your body. So when you say, do I want this? Do I want a wealthy man? What does that feel to you? Does it feel good or does it feel like, I don't know? I know for me, when I was asking myself this question, I knew I wanted to date somebody financially stable and wealthy at the most, right? I was like, okay, what am I okay with? Like, what is my range? Like, what does wealth look like to me? What is $100,000 a year? Like, does that feel good to me? For me, I was like, okay, I wanted to date a guy who had like at least made 100K a year, all the way to like 30 million for whatever reason. But that range could look different for every single person. Like, what does that look like? What are your ranges? And I want you guys to start feeling into that and really getting to the bottom of like what expands you. And then as you are realizing and feeling into right now in this moment, what expands you, I want you to either take out your phone or take out a piece of paper or voice memo it and just really just say it. It would feel so good to me to have this kind of person in my life. He's like this, he does this, and I'm open to these kind of things. This is what I really want in a marriage and in love. This is what I really want in my career. This is what I really want to do in my life. It feels so good to me. It feels so good to me that I am able to experience growth in this particular aspect. It feels so good to be receiving this money because I am able to do X, Y, and Z. I want you to write those things down. I want you to voice memo those things. I want you to get in tune with those things, because the more that we can tap into the feeling and we can instantly drop into the feeling of the desire with no strings attached, we're just like, this is what I want. This would feel good. This is what I absolutely would really make me happy. Specifically, that's when the thing can come in, because, and it's the ability to completely accept the desire in your life without feeling guilty without feeling bad, without feeling whatever. I don't care if you're in a relationship right now. If you want to upgrade that relationship, you have to tune into what it is you want. You can't pretend like you're just satisfied with things you're not satisfied with. If you're not satisfied with your life and every aspect, let's see that clearly so that we can know what it is that we really do want. And we can make plans to move forward. And when we talk about desires, allow a range to be there. Know your you want to know your absolute minimum and you want to know your maximum. What is the minimum that I will accept in my love life? What is the minimum that I'm going to accept in my financial life? What is the minimum that I want to accept in my bank account? The minimum that I want to have for me? And then what is the maximum? How far can you go? Like, how far can you go up that scale until you kind of like feel a little scared and feel a little nervous? You want to tune into those things because when you allow yourself to okay, now I'm starting to channel. When you allow yourself to tune into those things, that is when you can have a clear understanding of your current container. Your container is going to let you know, okay, your current limitations, your current understanding of what it is that you are able to receive, right? So if you're like, I want this thing and da 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 da, but when you actually get into it in your body, that thing makes you feel a little bit scared. You're like, I don't know if I can have that thing. I don't know if I can have it. When that thing even comes close to you, you're not even going to be able to receive it. So now that we can be consciously aware of our minimum and our maximum, we can have an understanding of our current container. Now we can either decide to consciously expand it or we can sit into that thing even more. But we want to know what our range is. So guys, comment down below, like, what did that feel like for you? What did you uncover? What did you realize? Like, what is one thing that it would feel really good? It feels so good that I get to have this in my life. Type that down. It's funny you mentioned selfish. I'm manifesting a specific house. I used to feel selfish for it, but it overcame that. I feel like it's for me, period. It is okay to have more than enough. It is okay to have more than enough. We don't have to just settle for the bare minimum and like just so we can live. Da, da, da. We can have more than enough. Abundance is having more than enough. Okay. Yes. Yes, I've been following you for a year and learning from the things you teach. Lately, I feel myself transforming for real. I'm manifesting everything, and everyone is treating me so nicely. Thank you. Yes. Oh my gosh. Get it, girl. I'm so excited I can help you. I'm so glad I could help you. Shayana said, you definitely expanded my container when he said he makes 30 million a year. Look, girl, I was like, what do I want? Literally, it was like I could date a guy who was making 100K or more a year, all the way to like 30 million. For some reason, once I started getting past 30 million, I started getting a little scared. I was like, I don't know why, but it's hard to receive this thing. But who knows? Like, I'm okay with that. You know, what I need is somebody at the end of the day, they have the mindset of a provider. They have the innate mindset of somebody who wants to provide. That's their values. You know, me specifically, like I make multiple six figures a year. So like it's natural for me to kind of want that kind of thing in my life and, you know, everything like that. So it's like, that's my personal range and container, but you have to look and be realistic and think about, okay, what is your range? What makes sense for you? What is your access? And are you either going to expand that access and container, or you're going to just kind of be like, okay, I'm cool with this range. Like for some reason, the idea of dating a billionaire, that's not, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But like, I like a millionaire. Like I like a six-figure dude. I like a millionaire. I think that's good for me. That's what I would like. I think anywhere 80,000 to like that 30 million range. That's my personal range. Like I got a huge range. But that's just the kind of people that I surround myself with and that I'm in alignment with now. So like it just kind of makes sense for that. Like if we really talk about my rotation, like in the past year and a half, my rotation's probably been worth like $100 million. But it's like I didn't even try to do that either. Like I didn't necessarily at the moment realize that's what I really wanted. Like I wanted to date wealthy dudes. I didn't really know that, but when I really started to kind of open and expand to what it is I wanted, I just knew I wanted to be treated a certain kind of way. Boom, like they would just come in. I wouldn't even know these guys had a lot of money until like, oh, okay, Mr. 8-figure earner. That's just like whatever. But everybody doesn't need to date the 8-figure guy. Let me tell you, like everybody, you may not want to date the 8-figure guy, and you may not want to date the entrepreneur because literally they're working all the time. They can work all the time. They got a lot going on, especially if they're building. It's a lot. Or the influencer guy or the athletic guy. Like it comes with a lot of different things. The regular lawyer, the doctor, your 9-to-5 guy, like he might be more in alignment with what you want. Test it all. Like, do I want to date a regular guy? Do I want to date a lawyer? Do I want to date a doctor? Do I want to date a guy who has a regular 9-to-5 job? Like, do I want to date what really expands me at the end of the day? Like, what feels good to you? Get in tune with that. Okay? Tabitha said, I need a one-on-one consultation with you. Baby, book a goddess quantum session with me. Book a goddess quantum session with me. This is the link. I do these sessions literally. I would say one of my favorite sessions that I had recently was my client. She was having a launch of like one of her business things and stuff like that. She was doing like a business program launch. And she was stuck at like 20,000. You see how she was stuck at 20K? For some people, a 20K launch would be amazing. But for her, she knew that she had a bigger range. She had a bigger maximum, right? So I worked with her and we did like some sessions together. Next thing you know, she did $123,000 like the next month in her launch. Like I was like, okay, girl. Okay. I love it. Like, when you know your own personal minimum and maximum and you expand to that next one safely, magic can happen. So get on a quantum session with me. Book a quantum session. Okay, girl. I want my own wealth while I'm still being a stay-at-home mom. Let's go. Okay, you can have it. You can have it. You can have it. 10K a month without having to work a 9-to-5. Okay. You can have it. That's nice. That's specific. That's specific because you could get a 10K a month 9-to-5 job, but no, you're like, I want 10K a month without having to work a 9-to-5. So you can get 10K a month coming in from winning something. You can get 10K a month from your own business. You can get 10K a month from a guy giving you a salary. Not a salary, like a guy is like, or a guy you're dating is like, hey, I want to give you 10K a month just cause. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of ways for it to come in. Christina said, you've helped me so much. I dumped my dusty ex recently because he wasn't enough. I deserve better, period. Know when to cut it off and when something's good. You do this with people too. Like, okay, where am I with this person in my life? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, oh, yes, this relationship is so great. And 1 being, this is not giving, like this friendship is not giving, or this relationship is not giving. Where are you with a person in your life? Just bring them up in your mind, this connection that we have. And don't be scared to see it. Even if it's not where you want it to be. It doesn't mean, like, some people, it's going to mean, okay, maybe I need to cut this person off. Other people, it's like, okay, acknowledging that we're not exactly where we want to be with each other. Like there's a little disconnect here. And then asking yourself, how can I make this better? Because this is the second key. I mean, this is like probably the 4th key, right? This is the process. Once we kind of know exactly what it is we want, now we have to know what is the reciprocal. Now we have to know What is the reciprocal? And this is the most important part and the most triggering part that, when I talk about this, people are like, oh, I never thought about this before. My mentors, my coaches, especially my feminine mentor, she taught me, like, bitch, if you want to manifest something, you have to be the reciprocal of it. So for example, I knew I had an idea about, okay, the kind of guys that I wanted to date in X, Y, and Z, especially my first like upgrade. I was like, okay, I wrote it down, like, what is it that I wanted? How did I want to be treated? Who was this person? And it's almost like I made an avatar of my ideal dating life. Right? I made an avatar of my ideal guy. Like, okay, what does he look like? Especially in the past. So I wrote down the characteristics. Like, he was somebody who's masculine. He's funny. He has a great personality. He's intellectual. He's stable. He's grounded. He's wealthy. He's spiritually inclined or open-minded. He's he has some connection to a higher power. He's giving. He's giving, because it's one thing to be wealthy, but it doesn't matter. It literally means nothing if he's not generous or giving or provider kind of person. So I got in tune. Like, he's compassionate. I like when he's in tune with himself, right? On a different level. He's very I don't know, for me, he's like, he has a great personality, good personality. So these were an example, right? But then after each and every one of those characteristics, I asked myself, what does that guy want? What does that guy want? Like, what does he want? Who is he into? What kind of person is he into? Then I was like, oh, he's a provider. He's attracted to a receiver. What is a receiver? Somebody who's grateful, somebody who has a lot of gratitude, somebody who has an open heart, somebody who is just a joy and a pleasure to be around and can receive with grace. And at the time, especially when I initially started this work, I wasn't a great receiver. It felt like guys would try to do something small for me at first, and I couldn't receive it. I would just be like, you need to do better. Like, like, this is not good enough. I just wasn't the best receiver. And then I started to know that, and like, oh, I'm not being grateful right now. Like, I really could practice gratitude for different things in my life as a whole. So once I started to realize certain things, like, okay, what does that guy want? What is he into? Okay, be specific. I was like, look, I want somebody who's attractive. Okay, somebody attractive wants somebody attractive, probably. Somebody beautiful, somebody gorgeous. So a lot of the times, like, I'll have clients, they're like, I want this kind of guy in X, Y, and Z. But then they're like, okay, I want somebody attractive. But then, girl, you're on the call with me right now. And let's be honest, like, you're not putting any effort into your looks. And you know that, but you want this kind of person. We have to be realistic and look at that from that standpoint. You want to be wealthy and you want to make 10K a month. What does that version of you do? Like, what does the wealth want? The wealth and the money that is trying to come to your life, that thing, that energy, it's going to want certain things. It's going to want knowing how to balance a checkbook. It's going to want knowing how to save money or how to invest. It's going to want knowing financial literacy and how to understand finances. It's going to want to know that it's safe enough to come into your life. Right? So we want a lot of things, but then at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we are the reciprocal of what it is that we want. And that was the process that I entered on as well. And I'm kind of going through that process again, because before, when I first started doing my journey, I just wanted to upgrade my dating life and really have fun and have amazing experiences and just kind of just explore and figure out what it is that I really wanted out of a partner. Now, on the second rendition of like upgrading my dating life, I have a lot more clarity about what it is that I want. And now I'm moving into like attracting my marriage partner. Like, I'm ready to be married. Like, I don't know what happened when I turned 25. It was like light bulb moment. It was like, oh, Yeah, I want to be married. Like, I want my husband, I want my soulmate, I want my divine union. So this rendition of that looks a lot different. But now I'm like, okay, what this guy that I want, what does he want? Like, what does he want in a partner? And girl, I'm telling you, look, I'm getting myself together. I'm like, I'm in the gym. I'm like more focused on my inner work. I'm making sure that I can really manage my emotions and my feelings. I'm really diving even deeper into my feminine communication, girl. And let's be honest, I'm learning how to cook. Because I used to love cooking and stuff when I was younger. But I'm like, oh my God, it would really feel good to like cook amazing meals for my man. So I'm learning how to cook. I've been cooking every day. I stopped going out to eat all the time. And I've been like cooking and just like really getting into my wifey era. But that's my own practice of reciprocation, right? And it's crazy. Like the guys that I've been attracting recently, they're kind of like looking for those exact characteristics. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, yeah. Like we're a match here. We're a match here. So you want to start really thinking about what is it that I want? And once we get clear about what's truthful for me, with no bullshit, like no bullshit, no like, oh, I feel guilty for this and da 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 da. Like once you get rid of all of that and you do that inner work, if you need help with doing that, because it can be a process depending on where it is you are, I would definitely say either book a session with me, or if you can't do that, join Rich Goddess Club. Rich Goddess Club is like a hack to inner work and growth because you have literally a bunch of classes, courses, and stuff on there to help you upgrade and go to the next level. Community. And then October, we have amazing things planned. Like we have readers coming on. We have people who are going to just be speaking and talking and leading workshops. So definitely join now if you're not a part of that, or get a session with me one-on-one. I would say that's really good to just see instant growth, like really quickly. But if you want to go through the process of like courses and stuff, you could do that too. But once you kind of do your inner work and you kind of get rid of all the like, okay, this is guilty. Like I feel guilty for having this and for wanting this thing. And I feel like I can't have it. I'm not deserving and all this stuff. Once you handle all of that stuff, and then you get to the core of, okay, fuck all that. This is what I want. This is really what I want. You write it down, like you put pen to paper, ideally. That's my favorite. You put pen to paper and you say, okay, I want these things. I want X, Y, and Z, and try to lean it out in characteristics and values. If it's a money thing, okay, how are you making this money? Like, ideally speaking, how is the money coming in? That's another thing I've been experiencing with clients this week for like the past 2 weeks, actually. I have had a lot of clients who are like, I really don't want to work. Like, I really don't want to work. If I could be honest and I could be truthful, Jalen, I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm a business owner, or I'm a CEO, or what was that girl? Oh yeah, she worked for a company. She was like, honestly, I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to work. I don't want to work, but I want to do what I want. I want to travel. I want to experience stuff. I want to be able to buy whatever I want. And I was like, okay, so you don't want to work and you don't really want to have to do anything, but you want money. What kind of guys are you dating? Like, are you dating providers? Are you dating men who want to provide for you and stuff like that? And then literally they're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, we got to start changing that. Like, you need to start dating better. So you could be provided for if that's what you want. Or maybe like for the lady who was working at a company, I was like, look, you have a lot of gifts, you have a lot of talents, you have a lot of things that you're doing. Why aren't you on social media? Like, why aren't you creating content, which it can be a creative career and it allows yourself flexibility and time freedom and all this stuff. You have to invest yourself into it and really be present with it and discipline. But if you show up, like, you can develop a following and you can start doing things on your own term, but not quite being an entrepreneur, but you can at least create content for a living. And she was like, well, yeah, I do. That would be great. I was like, yeah, you can make money in different ways. You got to utilize your skill sets in different ways, or set up your life in a way where you get to have what it is you want. But you have to look at it and honestly be able to be like, what do I even fucking want right now? Do I even want to work? If okay, what does that look like? Okay, I don't want to work. How can I take the money I have, invest it and flip it so that I can have a large enough savings to live off of for a year, or so that I can have some kind of stream of income that's coming in that allows me to have more flexibility and freedom with my time. What's up, Keisha? Hey, what's up, Keisha? Hey, boo. Yes, Keisha is one of my clients, y'all. Follow her, subscribe to her channel, especially if you are on your natural hair journey, your lock journey. Okay, subscribe to her. She got you. Okay, listen. Like when I tell you this girl is gorgeous, she has a great vibe. Subscribe to her channel. Yes, Elisa said, I want to be provided for. Tired of always being in masculine energy. I want to be spoiled, but at the same time, I want my own legacy, period. Okay, so if you want to be provided for and you don't want to be in your masculine energy, but at the same time, you want your own legacy, then you need to start creating your life in a way where you can have that desire fulfilled. So I would ask you, like, okay, how are you dating? How are you dating? What is your dating strategy? How are you dating men who have the capacity? Because that's one thing. A lot of us want to date men with potential, but we don't date people with true capacity. Does he have the emotional, financial, mental, value-based capacity to give you what it is you want? Is this guy a provider? Does he have a natural proclivity towards doing these things? Or do you notice you date guys who are broke or can't afford things, who don't want to do anything with their life, who don't have a vision for their life of creating amazing abundance? Like they don't even have the vision, right? You got to look and be like, okay, what kind of guys am I dating? Right? You got to look at you and go back to you and say, okay, what skill sets do I have? What things am I good at? How can I share these things with the world? Do I want to share them on social media? Do I want to share them on a blog? Do I want to share them on as being a coach and helping people? Do I want to create products? Do I want to whatever? Like how do I want to express myself? Do I have a story? Do I want to share my story just by speaking engagements and getting paid 20K, 50K to speak? Like what does that look like for you? So this is kind of like what I do with my clients. We kind of get to a place where we say, okay, what do we want? How can we take our skill sets and how can we bridge that gap so that you can have your desire, your true desire fulfilled? But once we figure out like what it is we want. So let's, for example, for your case, okay, I know I want to be provided for. So now we have to create an outline of like, okay, what kind of guys do we want to date? What kind of guys do we want to entertain, right? And now from that point, we say, what do those kind of guys look for? Like, what are those kind of guys looking for in a woman? And how can we be the reciprocal of that? So for you, you've been in your masculine energy a lot. So that's easy for you to be, it's easy for you to be in your masculine energy. But now we got to make sure we're in our feminine energy a lot more. How can we incorporate our feminine energy on a daily basis? What things can we do? Can we get creative every day? Can we remind ourselves to breathe and to meditate every day? Can we remind ourselves to get in tune with our feminine essence every day? Can we take time out again and again so that we can have this compound over time? This is a lifestyle change. In order to be in alignment with the goals that you want, you have to change your lifestyle. You have to change your lifestyle. So I would definitely stop there. Like start there and say, okay, this is what I want. Where am I reciprocal wise with dating? And then how am I also reciprocal wise when it comes to the success and the legacy? And you can either attack two birds with one stone, like you could do two things at once, or just pick one. Sometimes it depends on the vibe. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to pick one. So I'm going to do 6 months focusing, going all in on this particular desire. And then I'm going to take another 6 months to go on the other one. So that's where consultations and stuff kind of come into play. But that should be enough for you to start thinking about that and like, okay, what comes first? What desire, realistically speaking, should come first? Like, okay, what things can I change right now? Like the closest. What is the where am I closest to? What can I see the most change in right now? And I would say if you could pick one, if you could pick the thing that you can see the quickest change in, start there and start first. And then after you get to that place of like safety and like, oh, I feel good, then I would go to the other one. For example, right now, if your money is all effed up and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I'm in the red, girl, like I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, maybe we shouldn't necessarily focus on dating. Maybe we should focus on fixing our financial situation. Like maybe we should focus on our income and expenses and looking at that and getting to a place of security, right? But that just literally depends on where it is you're at and what it is you want and all that good old stuff, right? It's a process. What's up, Milda? She said, I love this wifey energy. It's wife energy. Okay, it's wifey girl era. It's wifey girl era. Okay, like I really, so one of the desires that I have for 2024, I want to bring love back. I want to bring love back. Like I want to really bring divine unions back into the world. I feel like the people are just so hurt right now. Like there's so many divorces, so many breakups is happening. And I just really want to be that force for people, to allow people to see love, to bring love back. And that starts with you, the relationship that you have with you and the inner work that you do. And then once you get into your relationship, the inner work that you do in your relationships, right? And together, I think people are so easy to just give up on things and to throw the baby in the bathwater. But really, I think you need to literally, when in those situations where you reach that point and in my mind, it's called the eighth house, because you get married or you get in a relationship, you're in the seventh house. And then once you get into the eighth house, you embed together. That's the shared resources. That's death and rebirth. That's the merging, like really merging and becoming one with a person. That's you're in the same house, you're in the same frequency, and you're in the same energy. That's when you really see what's going on. Eighth house is shadow work, right? But most people, they get into the seventh, they get into the relationship or the marriage, and they're like, oh my God, yes, we're married, wooty woo. But then once they get into the eighth house, they get scared. They're like, oh, I'm starting to see shadows. Oh, I'm starting to see your shadow. And it's all a reflection of what you got going on within yourself. So my whole thing for next year, I want to do a lot of shadow work. I want to hold a lot of spaces for men and women to come together to do shadow work and to just heal so we can let go of all these things and we can be better people for each other. And I see myself doing retreats that are unisex next year. Like, girl, like we're planning things. Oh, and by the way, for people who want to attend the next retreat that I'm going to be having, put it in your calendar. Put it in your calendar. I'm going to be having the Ultimate Guides Retreat. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I want to make it unisex or not, but I know that definitely for another retreat is happening April of 2024. So mark it. Get prepared, get ready, start getting your finances in order. I know the girls have been asking me, like people have been literally DMing me, emailing me about it. Literally, if you've seen the retreat video, I'm gonna post the video on my channel soon about how the other one went, and y'all gonna want to go. So literally, start putting that down. Elisa said, not dating at the moment, but I agree. My dating life was disappointing. Listen, we can't be disappointed no more. We don't want a disappointing dating life, okay? You got to learn how to date correctly. Literally, y'all, I know we like to look at our dating life as it's just a thing. Like, we don't have to worry about that. But here's the thing. Your relationships, including your friendships and your love life is make or break. Like that shit is literally make or break, because the people you hang around, like let's start with friendship. The people you have in your space and the people who you confide in, the people who you're sharing space with and sharing mindset with, you become the sum of all those people. So, for example, I used to have friends that just it wasn't giving what it needs to give, and they didn't want to upgrade their mind, right? So I had to isolate myself for a little bit. But then I was like, I want friends, like I want connection. I want people who are doing big things in the world. So what happened was I started putting myself in different environments. That's when I started going to different retreats. That's when I started going to different events and stuff like that. And now I'm meeting like, okay, 7-figure entrepreneur, 8-figure entrepreneurs, super badass healers, and people who can like, make things float and all kinds of stuff. Like I'm like, I started really meeting people who are amazing because I knew that's who I wanted to be. And I'm literally going to a retreat tomorrow, right? So I feel like, I'm about to meet some amazing ladies tomorrow and everything. But so that's the energy that you want to be. So when I started getting around those kind of mindsets, that made me start to think differently. Because I would look at my goals, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to make this much money and da 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 da. And then the person in front of me, they're like, oh, that's cute. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, well, I made $1 million in a day once. Oh yeah, $1 million days. I'm like, oh my God. They're like, it just makes you think bigger and grow bigger. And that's the friendship aspect. So friendship is important. Friends are important. We survived because we had tribes back in the day, y'all. Like it's in our evolutionary DNA. We had tribes and communities, and that was a part of things. We like to do everything on our own and stuff, but really that's not how we did stuff back in the day. If you isolate yourself for I'm not saying that isolation is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that isolation is a bad thing. I think everybody needs a moment of isolation and moments of retreat, moments of really being one with themselves. I think that's good. But at some point, you also have to really look at your circle and your friends and who is my support system? Who is my support system at the end of the day? Who are my people that I know I can call on? Because if we're not even where we want to be and we feel like insecure or not safe and secure in the world, at least financially, at least we know we have people who have our back, or vice versa, right? So you need to start building your connections and practicing your people skills and your communication skills and making that a thing, because it will change your mind. You are the sum of the people you hang around. And if you can get around people who really fuck with you and who really want to see you succeed, it will elevate you. I literally have connections where it's like, if I have a problem right now, I know at least like 5 people I could go to and be like, okay, I'm having this problem in my business, or I'm having this, or I don't know what to do in this particular aspect of my life. Like, do you know anybody for do this? I could ask people because I have a network. Okay. So invest in that. But 2, your romantic partner. A lot of y'all getting these boyfriend relationships and getting these relationships with men who aren't doing nothing for you, who don't support you financially, who don't make you feel safe, who aren't grounded, who aren't really bringing anything to your life of substance, right? And then we wonder why we're not multiplying anything good. You're giving your sex away and all access to you to people who are not doing anything for you. And you're wondering why you don't feel fulfilled, why you feel unhappy, why you feel depressed, why you feel sad. I knew there was this girl in my life. She was always seeking that fulfillment from men. And like she would sleep with men and X, Y, and Z. And I'm not slut shaming or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, she would feel so sad and empty at the end of the day because she never got what she was looking for. She was looking for that feeling inside of herself, but she was giving her sweetness, her goodness, her sacredness of her sexuality and her sensuality to people who literally were not doing anything for her, who literally, they didn't earn it. So then you give yourself away to people throughout the years and you wonder why you get bitter, or you feel broken, or you feel like something wrong with you, or you feel disconnected because you've been giving yourself away for free for nothing good in return. And you're just left with emotional scars, psychological issues, mental health issues, and the inability to feel confident enough and to know your worth. And it's a cycle. You got to break this cycle. So your romantic partner, this is the person who you are going to be spending your time around the most. This is the person who you are going to be living life with and like literally creating a life with. This is the person who you're going to be, if you're in a marriage and stuff, having sex. Like you're giving your essence to this person. And you're building with this person. You're the feminine, so you are the amplifier. You are the amplifier. You are the multiplier of all the things that are given to you. So if somebody is giving you energy that isn't substantial, you are going to birth blank stuff in your life. Like you're not going to birth the things that you want. It's going to be stagnant. It's going to be more trauma and drama and all this stuff because your partner, especially the masculine, he's the giver. He's the penetrator. You are the receiver. You are the birther. So this is an energetic thing. This is more than just babies. This is an energetic thing. You got to look at what are the qualities of the person that you would spend your time with so that you can birth things in this world that are amazing, right? You can amplify amazingness, but you got to start with the partner. Yes, you can be alone for the rest of your life and be okay, but there's a part of you that is going to feel like, dang, I don't feel 100% fulfilled because this is what we've been doing for the past like thousands of years. Relationships, tribes, connection. These things are the key to really being happy and fulfilled. Because I know so many people who are wealthy beyond imagination, like people who make lots of money, but they don't have love. They don't have connection. They don't have people in their life that they can trust and that they can count on. And they feel it. There's a part of them that feels empty. And it's great that they figured out the financial piece. But I have clients, like literally millionaire clients who, like, for example, one of my millionaire clients, it was a dude. He made like $3 million a year, was killing it, doing his thing in ecom. But his whole life, he never felt loved. He never felt truly loved and truly happy. He was always just, he was always empty. Like his mom didn't give it to him. His family didn't give it to him. He never felt that energy that he always wanted. So he was trying to feel significant, right? He wanted to do all the things and get all the awards because he wanted to feel significant. But deep down inside, it ain't nothing if you have nobody to share it with. So he had to learn how to open up his heart and how to love fully and how to be open to receiving that and to giving that to the right feminine, right? But it's a practice. It's a journey. Your partner, we look at this like, oh, it's whatever. Like, hell no, this shit is important. Okay, this is important. And if you want anything, you got to make it a priority. You have to make it a priority. For so much, especially us as women, we're always taught to prioritize everything else but relationships. And if anybody says that we should learn relationships, this is a skill set. So if you spend most of your life, especially your early 20s, learning skill sets of only how to make money or only how to survive or living paycheck to paycheck, and that's it, and you never learn the skill sets of connection, of communication, of becoming a good partner to someone, becoming a good recipient of good energy, how to vet properly. So one day when you're ready to have a partner, you're not going to have the skill sets and the embodiment of that because you never took time to learn these things. This is why you need to learn how to vet properly, how to do your inner work, how to heal so that you don't wait. And now it's like, okay, I waited. Not saying you can never change where you are. Like you can change where you are. Like at any moment you can start to make a new decision. I'm not saying that, but there's certain times in life where things are more likely. And for me, I realized like I'm 25 right now and I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, okay, 5 years, I'll be like 30. Okay, I had 5 years in my 20s and they were good. It was great. I learned a lot. I did a lot and stuff in every aspect, but I realized like, okay, my body is literally saying like when I really go into my body, I'm like, I want to have kids one day. I want to have kids one day. I want to have children. And I understand I got a clock. Like as women, we have a certain time. So I'm like, okay, I need to start prioritizing a relationship, a marriage, and really getting in alignment with that, because I'm like, what if I wait until I'm like 35, 37, 38? Of course I can do it, but it's like I don't have any of the skill sets. I'm not prepared. This is a preparation. You got to invest in that. There's certain things you got to learn. And for most of us, we didn't grow up seeing healthy relationships. We didn't see healthy relationships growing up and the best situations. And I was blessed in a lot of ways with my family and my childhood. My parents, when they were together, my parents, when they first got together, my parents weren't the most successful. My parents were broke. They weren't doing the best when they first had me. But then, you know, they got it together. And then, my mom, she was an entrepreneur. Her business started taking off. My dad, he did a career and like he was a doctor and stuff like that. And, they were able to get it together in their marriage, right? And then now my mom, she's honestly a full-on housewife, right? She's a full-on housewife. She's fully provided for. My dad is a millionaire, like he's killing it. But that was a journey that I kind of grew up in. I grew up from like this place of like, okay, a little ratchet, a little ratchet in the beginning, a little ratchet. And then learning the process of becoming a lady, becoming the woman, becoming somebody who's successful. My mom taught me a lot of things because I saw my mom go through her transformation of kind of being in her energy and kind of feel. My mom used to be kind of like, in her masculine energy, kind of yelling a lot. But then I saw her transform and become more softer and more feminine. And she taught me certain things. And I was like, oh, okay. And I learned from her. And then I saw my dad invest in himself and continue to go after what he wanted and to be secure in himself. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I see. I learned, right? But I know a lot of us, we grew up and we didn't necessarily see elevation, or we saw a bunch of stagnation and toxicity. And if we have that pattern and have that history and have that DNA and have that bloodline in us of stagnant relationships and sexual trauma, like me and my mom both kind of went through sexual trauma at a young age, and that was a pattern in my family's bloodline, like in my female and my maternal lineage. A lot of us had a lot of sexual trauma, you know we had to process that together. Like my mom had to process that, because that's why she had a wall up. She was always so guarded and had this wall up. So with me, I always was like that as well. I didn't trust people. And it was a thing that was holding me back. I had to go on that inner work journey and really invest in that journey and learning, like, how do I break apart from these things? My mom had to do the same thing. So now I look at it from this perspective, like, okay, I have these skill sets. I have this embodiment. So now when I want to have children, when I want to have a family, I know that my kids are going to be so blessed, because now they get to have a mother who actually did do the work on herself, who actually did learn the information, who did go through the transformation, who knows what to look for, who knows what to tell them, who knows what to teach them. And I get to be that person for my bloodline that changes completely the direction of where we're going and where my family is going and where my history is going. But that's just me and my personal journey, right? But I had to learn the skill sets. So invest in yourself. If you can't afford like getting a course or a mentor, then get a book. Get a book. Literally start reading, start changing your mindset around love and relationships and healing. Start changing your mindset around money. If your thing is money, and for so long your family hasn't been able to get money right, and you're always living paycheck to paycheck, or you're always kind of struggling financially, and you notice a theme there. Notice the theme and start to change it by doing inner work. I know, like when I talked about this the other day on my page, like I remember a girl, she was like, you keep on telling us to do inner work and stuff, and you share what your offers and stuff like that. And I told the girl straight up, I'm like, look, before I even sold anything to anybody on my channel, Before I sold a product or anything on my channel at all, I invested in myself. I invested in a mentor. I invested in my own inner work. I went on a journey. I paid my own money. Even when I didn't have it, I made it happen and I figured it out. And that's why I became the person that I was, because I was able to borrow off of the books and the energy that I channeled from those books that I read, from those courses that I took. And then eventually I could afford getting a mentor. Like, I got a mentor for everything. I got right now 2 business mentors, and I have a feminine energy mentor that I go with and that I seek and that I work with and stuff like that. Right? So, like, you have to make time to really invest in your journey, and not just the money and the success and the personal development, but also the relationships you get in. Because you can say all day long relationships are important, friendships not important, it's all about me, it's all about me. But then when you're ready for it and when you're ready to have it, you don't know how to do it, because you don't know the skill sets, the mindset, the embodiment of actually how to have healthy versions of relationships. Because it was one thing to get in a relationship and to get in a marriage, but it's another thing to get in one that is healthy, that is growing. My parents' relationship was not always perfect. Like I said, like, I literally grew up from like seeing imperfection, seeing brokenness, seeing a little ratchetness, seeing a little hot mess, and then seeing what it takes to get to the other side in a marriage, in a relationship, and in finances. You have to do the work. Like, you got to do the work and take time to look in the mirror and go on that process. Partnership is important. Like, if my mom didn't have my dad and my dad didn't have my mom, they probably wouldn't be the people that they are today. Like, let's just be real. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, you can be independent and you can be able to do things all on your own. Yes, I want you to know how to do things on your own. I want you to be this person where you're like, I have this identity for myself. But don't forget about relationships and about your timing in life as a woman. This is a real conversation, especially if you want to have a family one day. We don't got eggs forever. We don't got eggs forever, okay? We got a lifetime to worry about the career and the money, but we don't got eggs forever. Okay? Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Lady said, Akimi said, ladies, get the Joe Dispenza book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Ooh, yes. That book right there, that was a powerful read. I remember that. Joe Dispenza as a whole, that is an amazing man. Like, his work is absolutely amazing. He like bridges science and spirituality together in such a profound way. And just like, I love listening to audiobooks, just the mindset of listening to that audiobook and receiving his energy and his frequency, I'm like, it just really transforms you. I love that book. Definitely go shop that book, get that book. I will also, let me give y'all my favorite 2 books that really helped me with manifestation in my mindset. Y'all know, comment down below if you know what book I'm about to say. Comment down below if you know what book I'm about to say. Because everybody knows I love this book. Akimi said, this is so true. Introversion kept me stagnant. I'm channeling my inner Diana Ross. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Yes, girl, go out there in the world. Go out there in the world. Go out there in the world and shine, baby girl, shine. Like, let yourself be seen. Build a community, build friends, build a network. These are my favorite books. Letting Go by David R. Hawkins. Oh my God. When I first heard that book and I listened to that book, it literally it changed my outlook on life, just the way that I think and the way that I view the world, the way that I view myself and the way that I view everything. It gave me a solid foundation of how to do inner work in a way that is so feminine. It is the feminine, it's like the feminine way of healing and releasing and letting go, and really letting go in order to manifest. Sometimes we think that we got to do a bunch of stuff, but really we have to let go of a bunch of stuff to make the things happen, because the thing already wants to come into your life. But if you're holding on to so much baggage and so much old stuff, it can't come through. So this book really teaches you how to let go. And it's not something where it's like this step-by-step and logical process. You got to put X and Z together. It really is something you just got to digest and take in. Digest it, take it in. You got to read the book over and over again and let it digest in your mind and your spirit, and then you'll get it. Okay? Because a lot of people, they're just like, I don't really know what to do. Like, how do you? Let it digest. Sometimes the feminine is not about understanding logically. It's really about understanding and feeling it and letting it penetrate your soul. That's the difference. That's the difference. Feminine energy work, you can't always think your way there. You got to feel your way there. Okay? Acardiana said, how do you overcome the fear of letting go of people, even if you know they are no longer aligned with your path? Well, you got to look at the pros and the cons, and do the pros really outweigh the cons? So it's really about, okay, you continue to have this person in your life. You continue to feel unsatisfied. You continue to feel like you're not getting what it is that you need. You continue to feel let down and let go. And you're basically living a slow death. You're having a slow death experience. Or you can choose to let go of the thing, go through the pain, and not, a lot of the times when we go through heartbreak and pain of letting go, we try to pretend like the feelings don't exist. No, we can focus on the feeling, process the feeling, let it go, cry it out, and just go through that process. Be in that silence and that stillness for a bit. And then we clear the space for the thing that we want to come in. So, what is more worth it? Dying a slow death and a slow, painful death over time, or just getting it out the way, feeling all of it, letting it go, and clearing your space a lot quicker? You got to look at the pros and see, do the pros outweigh the cons? What is the best logical decision? What is the decision that's going to let me go to the next level as quick as possible? Because we are not here forever, right? So time is so valuable. Time is so valuable. You want to know how I knew this? I'm about to drop a podcast with this guy. This millionaire guy. I interviewed him for my podcast. And I was like, he said, time is so much more valuable than money. I was like, oh, word. He was like, yeah. He said, here's, for example, he pulled out a stack of cash. He took out a stack, like a big stack of cash. He put it on the table. He was like, here you go. Here's this big stack of cash. I was like, okay, thanks. And then he was like, but here's the kicker. Once you take this big stack of cash, you have to die tomorrow. And then in that moment, it really sunk in and a lot different. I was like, oh, yeah. Time is a lot more valuable than even money. Okay? Your time and time itself is your money. It's so much more valuable than money, right? Because yes, all these things are important, but at the end of the day, once you're gone, once life is over, you don't got no life anymore. At least in this particular carnation, it's a wrap. So we want to really look at time and think, how can I change my life in the quickest way possible? That is the most permanent way. And that is going to give me the ability to actually live the life that I want, because every day is truly precious, right? And every part of the process is precious. But we have to start making those big girl and big boy decisions because we don't have forever. Certain decisions, you just got to do it. And now also in that same token, not saying that you just got to take the scissors out with every person in every situation. Sometimes you want to maybe try with that person, try with that friend, and give it your best shot and truly try to invest your time and energy and money into making that relationship and friendship work with the right coaches, the right mentors, the right books, and really giving it your best shot. And after, if you give it your best shot and you really do it and you don't see growth, then maybe it's time to let go and say goodbye to that relationship. Because oftentimes relationships are also reflections of who we are and the shadow, right? Remember when I told y'all about the seventh house? The seventh house is right across from the first house, who you are and other people, who you are and your friend, who you are and your business partner, who you are and your romantic partner, who you are and your husband. All of it. It's a reflection. So your partner is oftentimes going to reflect back to you certain things that you are not seeing within yourself. And that's the shadow work process. So a lot of people flee during the shadow work process and they don't actually want to do the work within themselves and in that partnership. And women, we are the queens of the inner work process. So we have to lead in that arena a lot of the times. That's just how it is. Like our brains are wired, our energy's wired in different ways. So I would say give it a go and give it your best shot. And then if you give it your best and you really do the inner work on yourself and within that friendship or relationship and it's not giving what it needs to give, then you got to look at, do the pros outweigh the cons? Do I want to die a slow death, a slow, painful death, or knock it out, get it out the way so I can be reborn into who it is I want to be? That's what I would say. I hope that helped. Yes, Oracle said you got to do what's best for you, no matter how hard it may seem or how it may make them feel. You can hurt for a little while when you leave in, or hurt for a long time when you stay in. Period. Literally. Yes, ladies, also invest in hypnotherapy. Tapping into the subconscious and changing limiting beliefs have been a game changer. Yep. Literally in my Rich Goddess sessions, I am actually trained in hypnotherapy and stuff like that, certified in that. I love doing those type of things in my sessions. So book a session with me if you really want to see instant growth, like fast, deep change and growth. Martha's, well, let me go to Dreamy first. How to overcome a struggle money environment. Even if I try to think positive, they still talking about how life is difficult. And honestly, I'm struggling now. My parents live paycheck to paycheck. It don't matter what's going on in your environment. Your inner environment is the most important. You have to see it clearly and realistically. Your parents and your family is in a paycheck to paycheck environment because they made paycheck to paycheck decisions. This is not something you need to be emotional about. This is literally just a product of decisions, and that's it. So decisions is what got them to the place that they're in, right? They made certain financial decisions, certain inner work decisions to get to where they wanted to go. This is just what it is. So it's not something that you have to be emotional about, because at the end of the day, you as an individual can always choose to make different decisions and choices. So just because they made certain decisions and choices, you don't have to make the same decisions and choices. You can decide in this moment that you get to be wealthy now and that you get to make healthy financial decisions and choices, so much so that you change your environment and you begin to be a positive influence even on your parents and wake them up because they follow suit and see you being different. So I would say read financial literacy books, read money manifestation books, read books that are going to allow you to get to that next level, and don't just take it in and not do anything. Do the things that they tell you to do. One of my favorite money manifestation books is by Denise. Denise, what's it called? Lucky. I love that book by her. I would look at that. Badass of making money. That's another one for especially manifestation purposes. And then I would get into some financial literacy goodies like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, that's another really good book to change your financial literacy situation and for you to understand money. And books are good because you get that information without having to spend so much money at first. And as soon as you can, and if you can, get a mentor or get a course, get a mentor in a specific thing, and look at how you can change your environment within first and how you can make different financial decisions and learn from people who already got the gems and already got the knowledge. Getting a mentor is the quickest and fastest way to transform because you are literally learning exactly from the source the exact things that you need to do to change your life. It's more, I would argue and say, it is more valuable than college and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in a college institution, learning from people who may or may not even be doing the things that you want to learn how to do. Okay. If you get a mentor and take that same 10K, 15K, 5K, 20, 30, 40, 50K, break it down, payment plan, whatever the case is, into somebody who is doing exactly what you want to do, you're literally learning from the source and they're keeping you accountable and putting you in action and gear. You learn from doing. So that's how I would say how to overcome a struggle money environment. Change the environment you have within. And as soon as you get to a place financially where you're changing your inner environment and you start to see that reflect in your outer, you start to have more money saved up, you start to have your income increasing, you start to figure out how to make that money move, then get out your house, get out your environment, get your own place, get your own apartment within your means or below your means, and live your life and start and have a solid financial plan. That's what I would say. I hope that helped. Yes. Martha said, how do I know what to do with my life? There we go. You want to do that exercise we did before. We want to do that exercise we did before. I don't know if you were here earlier, but really looking into the body and just saying a bunch of different things. And like, how does that feel to me? Being a YouTuber, helping other people. Ooh, that feels good. How can I help other people? Maybe I can help other people with this. Maybe I can help other people with that. How does that feel in my body? Ooh, that feels really good. The first thing, like, what lights you up? That's what I would say. What lights you up? What really gets you excited when you tune into your body, when you mention certain things? What makes you feel a little bit more expansive? What makes your body react in a way? What turns you on? I would say that's what I would do, right? How do I know what to do with my life? That's what I would do. I would start following what lights me up and sending the signals to the universe that say I am open to discovering what lights me up and what turns me on. And if you can, maybe even get a reading. Maybe even get a reading. I like astrology readings. I like tarot readers with good people. I also do a mixture of both on my quantum leap sessions. If you need clarity and stuff, that's what I would say. But start with going within. Start going within and asking myself what lights me up, what turns me on. Write a list. I tell my clients all the time, write a list of all the things you can do, all the things you can do, all your skills, all your transformations, anytime you overcame something or got to here, and then look at that list and look at all that good stuff. Notice any particular areas where you're super passionate or things you love. Notice any areas where you feel like I'm not the best in this particular area, but I would love to learn more. And then if you find a skill that you love, you're passionate, you're good at, go for that thing and explore that thing. And if you see a skill that you're passionate, you love it, but you're not the best at it right now, invest in getting better. Go invest in that transformation. Go invest, read more books, get more certified, do the things so that you can get better and feel confident in your craft and whatever it is that you want to do. How did you find / choose your first business idea? I want a business on the side of my 9 to 5 and manifesting idea, but feel like my direction isn't clear. Love your content. Thank you for watching my content and loving it. Thank you. I would say, I found my first business idea, which was my well, it depends. Like my first product I sold was my crystal product, but my first official business was being a reader. I loved astrology. I was reading astrology all day long, like all day long, left and right. I just loved it. It was something I was interested in. So I knew that as I got better in that skill, I could read for other people, right? So I started to be a reader online. I would say pick and choose things that you like and things that turn you on and make you want to feel good and explore those things. And if you're a coach, then get better at those things and or pick something you're already good at and learning the process of how to coach other people. Or if you have a product, like I loved crystals. I generally love crystals and I would just play with crystals already and be obsessed with crystals and stuff. So eventually I started my own crystal business and I became a crystal entrepreneur. Right. And that was my first, I would say, successful business. I made like $200,000 my first year in the crystal business, but I followed my heart. And it's funny though, at the same time, realize this, you don't have to necessarily also be obsessed with the thing that it is you want to sell. Trust me. I know plenty of entrepreneurs who just who love business itself and like selling products to people. Right. So the store doesn't have to be even centered around you. Like I know people who sell, like I know men who sell products to women, and obviously they're not into women's products, but they know women are. And they figure out the psychology of women and understand women so that they can sell to them. And that's what they do. And they create businesses that resonate with women because that's what they know women's head. So I would say pick something and go for it. Pick something, go for it. Study the market. Are people buying it already? Is there an interest there? And if you see there's an interest there, you can test it out and just go for it and just make it happen. Because the more that you stay stuck in your head and you're like, oh my God, like, oh, is somebody gonna like this? Is this gonna happen? Da 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 da. I don't know. Just go for it. Just do it. Just do it and decide to be the best at it. Decide to be the best at it and to do everything in your power to make that happen. And also don't think about it too much. Get better over time because you got to get the practice in. Yes. Martha said that advice is gold. It resonates so much with me. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad, babes. Aromatic said, I launched my business today, and let me say you've been such a big help with motivating me and helping me believe maybe one day I can sell you my product. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. Literally, send me, this is an email. This is my email, like my business and stuff email. Yeah, send me an email and let me know what's going on, and maybe I can get a product. So let me know about your business and all that good old stuff. Congratulations. I found mine by an idea just popping in my head, and I just twisted to make my own niche. Yes, people love it. See, you just gotta do it. Tracism said, and your crystals are gorgeous. Thank you, babes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. My Lilith is in Leo in the 8th house. Does this signal issues with men? What feminine archetype fits that placement in your opinion? The sex goddess. Lilith in Leo in the 8th house is the sex goddess, like that charismatic, powerful, dark feminine energy that is just like sexual power. Okay, the star. All right, that's what I'm getting when I think about that placement. Doesn't mean you have to have issues with men. It just means you might have experiencing some power issues. So power and control issues could be a thing that comes up. But overall, I think you're going to be fine. Just work through any of those issues in your head. Oracle Gem said, I be stuck in my head. Girl, get out of your head and get back into the body. Y'all drop in. We're going to drop it again. Remember, do the exercise. You hear all the thoughts in your mind. You hear my voice. Notice all the thoughts in your head in this moment. Just you know that if I told you to imagine a pig with a tie on in your mind, you see how you see that image in your head? You can imagine it in your mind. That's that same presence, that presence of that imagination. You want to take that and you want to drop that down into your body and just drop it down. Drop that same presence and awareness down into your body, down into your womb space, like that belly area specifically. And just drop in. And if you find yourself overthinking, just do that again and again and again. Okay? Get back into the body, drop into the womb. Drop into the womb. The womb, I ask my womb all the time, like, okay, should I do this? Even when I'm in public, I drop into my womb and I just feel into the energy of the environment. I feel into, should I talk to that person? Should I put myself over here? I just feel into it. Okay? Drop into the womb. Step into your womb power. Period. Thank you, Jalen. Your advice means the world. Have a blessed day. Thank you, babe. Thank you for stopping by. Now I got the pig in my stomach. Yes, I don't know why that image came to my head. That's the first thing I thought about. Okay. Could you repeat the Dennis Duffield book? Duffield? Yes, the book is Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield. Love that book. Love that, love that, love that book. Finally tapping into my Venus and Scorpio power. Ugh, yes. Oh, Venus and Scorpio. Venus and Scorpio people have so much womb power. Like it's out of this world. If you see somebody on the street and they just like they don't even have to look super fabulous, but there's just something about them. There's just something about them that just draws you towards them that you just can't take your eyes off of them. They probably either have they got that Venus in the 8th or a Venus in Scorpio. Pluto in the 1st, Scorpio rising, Venus in Scorpio. I have a whole master class on scorpionic energy because Scorpio literally is the archetype of magnetism. Like when we talk about what magnetism means from an astrological perspective, and astrology is literally just giving you the archetypal essence of things that we experience in the world. That's literally all astrology is, the archetypal representations of things we all experience in this collective consciousness. Literally, Scorpio is the archetype of magnetism and power and just that pull power. I have a whole master class on Scorpio. I'm going to drop it in there. People love this master class too. Like I just went in. I went in that day. I broke down Scorpio. And I was a Venus in the 8th house, sir. Pluto, I have Pluto on my rising. Like it's true. Like you got that thing, like that thing that just pulls people in. Yes. Healing my chakras, especially the lower half, is a night and day superpower. Oh my, y'all be sleeping on those lower chakras. Everybody wants to be all high and like I'm high vibrations. Y'all forget that the key to actual manifestation is your lower chakras. I'll repeat, the key to actual manifestation is your lower chakras, the lower frequencies and vibrations. People don't want to talk about that in the spiritual community, but it's so true. How are you going to manifest something in your brain and from the higher realm and then not bring it down to reality and down to this earth? The energy of earth compared to the higher frequencies is dense. It's more dense. It's more slow. It's a lower vibration. But the key is learning how to have your third eye open, have your crown open so that you can see it and imagine it and get the ideas and the downloads and then bring it down into the root chakra, down into the sacral, down into the solar. Solar says, make it happen. Sacral says, I'm worthy of it and it makes me feel good. And root says, these are the actual roots and the foundation of the thing. This is the reality, okay? You want to know the richest people? The richest people have an amazing root chakra and an amazing sacral chakra. If you don't have the money you want right now, it's because you are not grounded. Connecting with nature, connecting back to the earth, connecting back to your sense of security and those lower chakras, that is manifestation. It's like a tree. The tree, you put the seed in the ground first, and then in the ground, that seed makes roots deep into the earth and roots and grounds itself for a long time until you finally pour into it, and then naturally it starts to finally sprout up and get higher and higher and higher, and then it creates the fruits and the leaves that you can eat. But a lot of y'all miss the grounding part. Y'all miss the root part. Y'all miss the connection to this earth and this planet. I see so many people talk about earth and how earth is so bad. Oh, this is so ghetto. You disrespectful. We are earth. We are earth. Like if earth was, we talk so much about the other planets, but if earth was a planet in astrology, which it is, we are earth. Like if earth represented something in astrology, earth would represent us. It would represent life and nature. It would represent money and things that we can grow. It would represent abundance. It would represent the root chakra. It would represent all of the things that we want. So if you don't have a relationship with the ground and with this planet and with nature, I don't care how spiritual you are, you're not going to manifest nothing. You want to know the real secret of manifestation? Get a root chakra. I said get a root chakra. We all have one, but open yours up a lot more. Literally, the richest times of my life are when I'm going outside every day. Like I'll go outside, put my feet into the grass every single day. And not only is this scientifically proven to boost your immune system, to heal you mentally, physically, emotionally, and all of it. Like look at the earth, the grounding documentary, Change Your Life, by just going outside every day and connecting with this earth. But it also makes you a lot of money, because you start to make decisions that make sense. That makes sense to the goals that you want to achieve. That's the real secret. That's the real gem. Go out. I'm the most rich when I go outside, and not just like one day, but just every day, taking the time to go outside. I still got to do I'm on a daily earth challenge right now, and I think I'm going to just make it my habit for the rest of this year and for beyond. But I got to still go outside today after this live. I'm going to go outside. But that's the key, y'all. That's my root chakra is good right now. And like when I tell you, I just be getting money. Like money just comes to me. But it's also, I make certain actions that are in alignment for that money to come in. I have a good relationship with money. I feel safe and secure. When you have an imbalanced root chakra, you literally don't feel secure in the world. You don't feel secure in yourself. You don't feel safe. Like you feel like you're constantly on edge. You're in survival mode. You're on constant hustle because you feel like you can't catch a break. You need to start at the root. You need to start at the root and then move into the sacral in your belly. How are you feeling? What turns you on? What makes you feel good? Are you stagnant and depressed and you have so much old womb energy? You don't even know what makes you feel good. You don't even know what your desires are. You don't even know what you actually want. All old sexual energy in your system from other people. Let's be real. I remember I had a client the other day and she was like, oh my God, like I can't get over these people. We had to go in and clear that womb. I'm a certified womb healer as well. Like I'm a womb Reiki practitioner, but we went in and we cleared that womb of all her past sexual partners and all that stuff. When I tell you, like the light, like she had so much light in her energy. Like it felt like her whole aura, the aura in the room felt different. Literally clear your womb. Like, focus on your pleasure and your creativity. You want creative ideas, you feel stagnant, you feel stuck, you need to get that womb going. Twerk a little or something. Twerk a little something, shake a little something, move those hips. Move those hips. Get the energy flowing and going again. Don't feel disconnected from your sensuality and your sexuality, okay? You got to have an inner connection. And then lastly, the solar plexus, your personal power. My solar plexus is the only reason why I'm here on live, because I'd be scared to go live. But you see how you look at how I'm standing, like how I'm positioned. That's your solar plexus. I could do this. I'm good enough. I'm showing up. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to take that energy and I'm going to show up. Whatever. I'm going to face my fears. I have courage. I'm going to say I'm going to do something and I'm going to actually follow through. Period. That's the lower chakras. Everybody wants to focus so much on the heart and up here, the throat and the third eye and the crown, and go high, go high, go high, but then have no foundation and wonder why they never see the fruits of their labor here on earth. They're so spiritual, but you can't afford your bills. Make it make sense. The truly spiritual people are abundant and wealthy, and they know how to manifest here on earth with ease because they're grounded. That's the other secret of manifestation. Focus on those open lower chakras. Oh, I just want to move my body. Like, y'all, do some hip circles to that. Do some hip circles to that. Left to right. Okay, left to right. Do those hip circles, y'all. Move your body, like get into the lower half of your body. There's a reason, especially for my African sisters, my Caribbean sisters, okay, my Hispanic sisters. There's a reason why actually everybody really, there's a reason why our ancestors danced and moved our bodies and we're in tune with our sensuality. Okay, our lower chakras are important. Move those lower chakras, connect with your sensuality and sexuality, and get grounded and plug yourself into this planet. This earth, the plants, the ground, the grass, it has a heartbeat. Like, it really does have a heartbeat if you really start to listen and to pay attention. Okay? You'll start to hear the heartbeat of this planet and to feel connected to this planet in a way that I cannot explain. Like, I can't explain it. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. Connect to it. Connect to it. Breathe it in. And not just like the shallow earth, but the deep earth. Like, really, when you're doing the exercise outside and you go outside, plug yourself in to the core of the earth. Ooh, something just told me y'all need to get the crystal Numite. Y'all need to get the crystal Numite. If you haven't heard of Numite, Numite is this crystal. It's one of the oldest, I think it might be the oldest crystal that exists on earth. I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it is. But Numite, oh my God. That crystal will bring you so much wisdom because it literally takes you to the depths of this planet and the core of this earth. Let me see if I can find it. Numite. Yes, Numite is a rare metamorphic rock that consists of the amphibial minerals. It is named after the area of Nuke Green where it was found. It was discovered. It is the oldest mineral ever discovered, estimated to be around 3 billion years old. This stone is known for empowerment, allowing one to see beyond facades and understand what lies beneath the words and actions of one's and others. It delves deep into the psyche to discover the hidden hurts, fears, guilt, or shame that lies in the subconscious and that's holding you back. Pneumite. Yes, I want y'all to connect with Pneumite. Like if y'all can get your hands on this stone, let me put it in the chat. Pneumite. I remember that stone right there. That's the oldest stone that they found. It's dark, it's black, it's in the roots of the soil. Like it represents that deep earth energy. There's a on the Rich Goddess Club, we just talked about one of the goddesses of fame, or the goddess of fame. Her name is Femi, right? She's the goddess of fame. But her mother was Earth, was Gaia. And she was thought to be birthed and found at the center of the earth, where the water connects, where the ground connects, and where everything connects at the center of the earth. And she has so much wisdom because she's connected to everything that exists. So that's how she knows what's going on before what's about to happen. She's connected to everything. So something is telling me, like right now, like I'm getting chills in my body. So, we listen to our bodies today. Y'all need to really focus a lot more on connecting to the deep earth energy and the wisdom that lies there. Just hug a tree, like get in tune with a tree. Like I remember I grew my first tree and I dedicated that tree to my money. And I tell you, I got so enlightened in such a simple way, because it was really cool to see how trees are alive. Like trees are alive. Like you could really plant a seed and you can see something grow into something so magnificent. And I think that's really the beauty of what manifestation is. And I think that's what pregnancy is about and what feminine energy is about. Like I think we're all connected to that deep rooted energy, if I'm really tapping into it now. Yes. Yes, yes. And for my ladies who feel disconnected from like their sexuality, and they know, and you want to do a cleansing, either book a session with me or do this 21-day feminine challenge that I just dropped in the chat. Like this 21-day feminine challenge, the girls are taking it and they're seeing so much beauty from it's just straight feminine embodiment. Like that's all it is. Every single thing is not any information. It's practice, 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 practice of embodying your feminine energy. And if you do that for 21 days as well, this I also added in the secret channeled ritual I got called the Lily Ritual, which allows you to purify your body so that you could be in alignment with abundance. Girls are doing that ritual and seeing amazing things happen in their life as well, from big love, like getting providers, attracting money. I remember the first day I did it, I did the next day, called in like a 10K opportunity that came out of nowhere, right? Clear the energy that you got going on already. Purify your womb, purify your energy, purify what's in you first, and then you get the things that you want. That's the key. That's the secret. PH Panda said, dancing always makes me feel better. Now I make money doing it. Hey, man. Do your thing, girl. Breathwork. I'm finally going to White House. Oh, my God. I went to that. It was, girl, let me tell you, that breathwork class, I went to the one in Tampa. Oh, my God. That's a powerful class. That's a very, very powerful class. Breathwork is no joke. It's going to bring up all the stuff that's been in the back, in the subconscious stuff that it brought up stuff for me that I wasn't even aware of. Like there was no way I could have been consciously aware of it. Like when I tell you I'm crying, I'm like, I had memories of me crying and I couldn't even see it. It was just my voice. I was like, Mom, please don't leave me, Mom. I'm like, what the hell? Like, where did even that come from? And I had to go ask my mom about it before, and she literally confirmed like certain things from my childhood. I was like, whoa, I was speaking things from my old self while still being conscious of everything. Breath work is so trippy. I love it. We did breath work at the goddess retreat. We had Brielle come in and she did her thing. Oh my goodness. Like the girls were Like, we let go of so much baggage. So much baggage, so much things. Girl, enjoy that class. It's going to be amazing. Don't be worried. Like, you'll be fine. It's going to be like transformational, and you're going to clear a lot of space, and you're going to get clarity on things that you didn't even know were affecting you. Yes. K Cruz said, I bought the book because of you. It's my next read. Get it, girl. Which one? Which one did you get? Which one did you get? Yes. We think the paradigm we created is ghetto, not earth. At least that's how I think. Yeah, earth is not ghetto. I hate when people say stuff like that. It's the people that are on it right now. It's not earth. The energy of this sacred planet is so profound and so beautiful and so amazing. Literally connect to this planet. You'll start getting the wisdom. Like, it sounds woo-woo, whatever, but I talk to trees. I communicate with trees. I talk to the earth. I connect with the earth. I make sure I tap in every day. People will look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care, because I know that this planet has healing powers and gifts, and it allows me to have a bigger relationship with manifestation. I can manifest with ease because I'm grounded. I don't care. I don't care. Kim, yes, said happy Friday. Happy Friday, goddess. Period. I love you so much. Goddess, Averiana said, hey, goddess, is this live staying up? Yeah, I'll leave this live up for a bit. I'm definitely going to probably put it on Rich Goddess Club after as well. If y'all are not in the Rich Goddess Club, that's where I go live on there. I teach on there. I do master classes on there. I have all my courses, not all of them, but a lot of my courses and classes and videos. All my videos that I post, the Goddess Club sees them first. Okay. So definitely, if you want to get access to everything that I got first, to be in the know, and to also be in collaboration, and to, see the other girls that we're bringing on the platform as well, to teach and to share and to bring knowledge, literally just subscribe to the Goddess Club. You can cancel at any time. You can stay for however long you want. It's a very powerful frequency, and it's pretty affordable to get for all the information and the transformations that you can experience if you just take heed and do the work, right? You'll see a lot of crazy things happen. Girls are getting lots of money. I've seen a lot recently, really being able to attract like love and amazing treatment. And then also from the financial aspect, I saw a lot of that probably like last month, but this month it feels like love. People are seeing a lot of love transformations. Somebody said, you're so cute. I love your laugh. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Do y'all have any more questions? Yes, Intuitive said the womb is power. I'm just looking at y'all older messages. The womb is power. Yes, the womb is the center of creation in the body. It's that birthing point. It's that ability to manifest. It's the ability to call things in. It's the ability to be, I'm worthy, because it's that pleasure center. It's the thing that you look at people and you see that girl and she's just like she's just glowing. Like, she's just glowing. She has that glow about her. It's like, girl, did you get laid last night? Like, it's because she has that pleasure in her body. She's not disconnected. She's not bound. She's not like disconnected from her essence. She's connected to her source. That's the womb. Kimya said, about to do my very first womb healing ceremony this weekend. I'm hyped. Okay. Come on then. Get it, girl. Do that clearing then. She said, I don't want to be disconnected no more. All right, y'all. Well, it looks like y'all don't have any more questions or anything, and we've been here for 2 hours, so might as well just log out now. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys got everything you needed from this and started the journey from really honoring your desires and being in tune with yourself on a whole nother level. Remember to always honor your desire. Remember to get really clear about what it is you want from your body's perspective. And then once you have that clarity, basically become the reciprocal and figure it out. What do you need to do to become the reciprocal of the thing? So what do you need to do to be a match to the exact thing that you want? And I want you to create a life plan for it. I want you to invest in it. I want you to invest your time, your energy, your resources, your discipline, your money into that plan. And I don't want you to stop that plan for anyone. I want you to be consistent. And look, it's 111. Period. 111. Okay. 111. Like big manifestation energy. Like, hello, Ashe, it's done. Like it's already done. All you have to do is just maintain the vibration, do the inner work as things come up, and remember to always stick to the decision you made and to don't abort the mission. Do not abort the mission. Stay true to the decision you made, no matter what distraction comes up, no matter what person comes in that tries to take you off the path that you decided. Stay true to the vision. Ashe, it's done. Okay? And let's just do like a little collective prayer right now. Let's call on all our ancestors and the higher power. Thank you, God. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you for our loving ancestors for showing up in this moment and for guiding us to this process right here in this place. Allow each and every one of us to step into our power to manifest with ease and to get the things that we want by becoming the person necessary to be a reciprocal of that thing. Guide us and lead us and continue to illuminate us to that path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, I love you guys so much. And if you guys need help, don't forget to book your Goddess Quantum Leap session with me. I do this work with people every single week. I have longer coaching packages as well as just hour calls and stuff like that if you want to start your journey. Okay? I love y'all so much. Peace out, you guys. And good luck on your first date, baby. You'll do just fine. All right? All right. Bye, y'all. Peace.